Why is the sign of radiation danger look like that one? What does it mean?
That emits, the source is in the middle and emits.
Alpha, beta, gamma.
Right.
A plus, nice one. Yes, you know, you're the second. Yeah, literally, the atom itself, alpha, beta, gamma. Radiation is this, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not recommending you stay that long in the hot spots, you know, with the obvious reasons. So, yeah, follow me. Take a picture. Ordinary one. It was a city, like a showcase, model city exhibition, Soviet power and might, city of the future. It was founded in 1917, as you see, existed only for 16 years. Amount of the citizens was 49,500. 15,000 of them were children, and average age of the citizens was 26 years old only. So only the young people. And all the people, except the children, all the people were invited to that city. Because it was quite impossible for the mortals to go to the Pripyat and buy apartments or the flat or something else. It wasn't possible. The city was closed for everyone. And the young people were invited by the official letter from the government with the signification of the first secretary. The first sentence was literally, I saw that letter. Yeah. First sentence was, "Congratulations, you're the chosen one." It was even better than to receive the letter from the Hogwarts. Seriously. In that city, in Soviet Union in 70s, was the first supermarket in the part of Ukraine in history. Yacht club for 1,000 yachts. 3 swimming pools, 5 schools, 25 shops, 15 kindergartens, 16-floor buildings. It was like, wow, for that time. The highest building could be 5 or even 9, but 16, it was impossible. Also, they had the Palace of Culture, the culture building. The greatest culture building was like the city or the village could have the club, but not the club, club or the House of Culture. Palaces of culture were built in the city that have 1 million people or more citizens. But in Pripyat city, they had the Palace of Culture. So the city was absolutely unique. They had the amusement park. For the other countries, even not the cities, other countries, the amusement parks were mobile from the other countries. They brought them to make some sort of like celebrations, you know. In the Pripyat city, they had their own. Just so you know where you're going right now, right? To see what could happen in 1 minute and what the cost of life. All pregnant women had to pass the control, had to measure the radiation of the body because the baby in the womb absorbing the radiation better than the woman, right? And all pregnant women had to pass the control, the test. To be honest, it was not about the tests. It was like a decoy, like a bite, like just a fake inviting to the hospital, because before the evacuation, all pregnant women were forced to make an abortion. Almost 1,000 children in one day in that part of the hospital. Just to avoid any spread of information about what actually happened at the power plant. Because radiation influenced the body of the children, and the children were born like in millions. Truly one. I saw his pictures, it's not the pictures for everyone. Seriously. 17 fingers in one hand, split head. So yeah, a little bit sad story.
Multiple term baby too, or?
Yeah. All pregnant women, all, everyone.
But this was after how long after the accident?
After the accident, I spent 36 hours before the evacuation.
So they came here quickly to do this abortion?
Yes. Everything that happened, when the government at least decided that they have to evacuate the people, because some of the smart scientists make a strong argument. The government didn't want to evacuate the people, you know, because to avoid spread of information, simple. And then some good scientists told them, 14 hours more, and you'll have the city with 50,000 of dead bodies, and try to explain that later. So yeah, we have to evacuate the people, and yeah, we have to follow the abortion of the pregnant women, because of mutants, you know, seriously.
How many abortions did they have? Did they have a record?
There was no strict number. But that's why I said during 1985 there were born 800 of children during 1 year. So almost the same number.
Okay. But so the hospital was working 1 or 2 days after the accident?
Even more, they worked for 1 year. For the liquidators, for the scientists, for the people who get the radiation.
But for the abortions, I mean.
For the abortions, yeah, they made the abortions, right, evacuate the city, and that's all. We can close that part.
But this was the main entrance.
No, the main entrance will go there.
Okay.
There is a special kind of people who openly walking around here. They call themselves stalkers, right? Heard about the stalkers?
Yeah.
Mostly, I'd rather call them, most of them, brain dead, perhaps. I don't know. I cannot pick up the word. Because that people openly going inside the basement to take some piece of clothes. I'll show you that. Stay here. You see, this is the dosimetry of the terror. Background here is 0.96, but it's just the gamma rays. By removing the blocking part of that, it will measure the alpha and beta as well. So you get a high number, you have everything. Background right here is 0.72, right? Stay in the back, which is not for a long time. Morning sunshine, 119, 200. Go on, why is that? Don't be shy. 341, 538, 41, 500, 500. Just show the picture later, alright? Because, with always a reason, I don't want to stay for a long time. You got it, right?
Yeah.
What can you say about that piece of trash? Is it danger?
Yes.
Before that. Was it danger? Before the measuring?
No. It's a piece of trash.
It's a piece of trash, yes. It's an invisible enemy. You cannot tell where you're going actually. Is it safe or is it not? I know the roads. Just follow me, seriously. Because the piece of clothes are literally could be everywhere. And after that, by removing the piece of clothes, the place still will be danger. Because it was here. I cannot hurry you. I cannot hurry up here. Just you're in charge or something. Here was the school number 1. We're often making the school number 1 as the first stop, just to explain to tourists why we should not enter any buildings. Come on and you'll see. The school was both one primary and elementary without advanced studying of the biology environment, as I said. In that school started 1,400 students.
Yeah. Cool. If you're taking good photos, I'll do the video.
Okay. Still want to go inside?
Well, not that part.
Can we go near the windows?
Near that too. Just look at pairs. Always the reason, right? Just, the third one and the fourth one. Yeah, you can take a picture of the windows, yeah. But only the 2 1. Yeah, that too. To lose the 10% of the group is normal. The best way to grow the slaves is begin since the childhood, right? So in the school, inside the classroom, we can see the propaganda like join the army for the pupils. Seriously. there was a school garden near the one school only, near the first school, because the advanced studying of the subject of biology and other stuff about the nature, right? Look at this dude. Look at his head. Radiation. And also, guys, inside the Pripyat city, you could spot the influence of the radiation at the plants and the trees. For example, that one or that one. They are rising in a strange way. Just take a look. It's a weird. It's not normal. Good morning, bitches.
Somebody's playing with the clothes.
Uh-huh. Атом взорвало.
Кого?
Атом взорвало, это Chernobyl.
А. Там другая волна.
Want to go for coffee?
Any bombs, any other stuff that could be dangerous for the other people. That's why during the Cold War, in the United States was 36,000 of atomic bombs, and the Soviet Union got 40,000. And also the project so-called the Dead Hand, if you know about that.
No, what is it?
No? Yeah, I'll tell you. Near the power plant.
Imagine how nice it would have been here, man. Right?
Would have been a top Soviet city, right?
Come on, guys, come closer. Just Pikachu, right? Yeah. Wow. This is the quest for the tourists who decide to come back once again for 5, 6 days or even more, just to leave some in the exclusion zone. There is a quest for the tourists. As usual, gotta catch them all, right? There is 100 graffiti of the Pikachu all around the exclusion zone. Try to find them. I found 47, seriously. Remember I told you that was one of the most popular places in the Pripyat city, right? And here is the proof.
Here they had even river takes a
Yeah.
service.
Yeah, the stairs, we just walked right behind. And the backyard with the terrace of the cafe.
And the other building is
Hospital.
all behind the cafe.
Compare it.
Collapsed?
Wow.
The building.
Overgrown.
There is just no trees, right?
I mean, there should be
There
a...
is a different corner, but there is a hospital. We just walked there. You'll see it when we'll be upstairs. You'll see the hospital, the park, and you also can see the rusty building right over there, right? Yeah. It's a floating station. Take a look at the picture once again. Yeah, the floating station serves like a little cafe. Inside was the cafe, and also the yacht stop or the boat stop, just a floating station. It stood right over there. There was a little wooden bridge to it, and it stood at the river port. See? Share with me because it's like, you know, but by the guy it could be like a lot of different questions. Well, I really like to collect the answers of the foreign tourists about what actually was that. My favorite answer was a vodka machine, because the Soviet Union, you know. Ice cream, even, some even told me the cigarettes, as it looks like.
Soda water.
Yeah. A+.
And juice, if you pay extra.
Yes! Sparkling still in soda, water machine. It's ordinary water machine.
Were the cups on the chain too?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was only one glass, yeah, it's
Yeah.
right, for everyone.
Don't touch it, don't touch
Yeah.
it.
Why?
It could be radiation.
No.
Did you bring it?
I'm working here for almost a year, so yeah, I know the radiation places.
I remember those.
Here was the only one glass for everyone. People could come here, you know about that, right?
Yeah.
Take the glass, wash it,
Yep.
here, order the drink, put the car and drink it, and return to the same place. And then they could come, take, wash, drink, and return. There was no sickness, no disease, no cancer, and as you see, no plastic. and that one never been stolen.
Just herpes.
Huh?
Just herpes.
It was the cases with the tickets. People could buy the tickets for the boat or for the yacht and swim to Kiev by that river, because it's connected with the Dnieper River as well. So yeah, that's a long swim. 2.5 hours, but the same as the bus. You know, old style bus are really slowly, so the time was the same. But the tickets for the boat was a little bit expensive, but as I said, but not for that people, right? What can you see? Except nothing in the trees. Just to compare, right?
Wait, there's a building
We
there?
are standing at the crossroad right over here, right? And we are looking to the cinema, so-called the cinema of Prometheus. Remember the legend of Prometheus, right? Because one day I had a group of 22 people and they like at once, yeah, it's strange. So for those who probably didn't heard about that, the Titan who stole the fire from the heaven and brought it as a gift to the people, right? Why exactly Prometheus? What essence of Prometheus right over here? Because the fire was the first source of energy. But we, the citizens of Pripyat city, are people of the Soviet Union who discovered the atomic energy. So it means that we are better than the gods, right? But we have to remember the beginning. That's why Prometheus. You'll see the stone where the statue placed it, and as you probably saw inside the school, inside some apartments, through the windows, everything was stolen. Guess by who? Exactly right, by the policeman. Because the policeman, it was ordinary for the police department for that time to have every key from every apartment in the city, in case of war, some evacuation, and etc. And the government told the people they're going to be evacuated for 3 days, so get some clothes, get some money, for 3 days just. Everything inside your home, inside your apartments, because you're going back to the home after 3 days. And the policemen, who know the information about what actually was happening, started to do their job at the second day.
How do you steal a statue?
No, they not stole the statue. Thank you. Because the statue was pretty expensive for the government. It is made with the copper covered with a zinc, and it's really big. You'll see it a little bit later, perhaps today or tomorrow. The government replaced it to the power plant, to the backyard. So now he's safe. Right inside that building was a cinema hall for 1,000 seats. It was huge. If anyone of you have a powerful light, like not in the smartphone, but a light, like a proper. Huh? I know.
I have one. I'm not sure how.
Is that strong enough?
This is kind of strong, yeah.
It's pretty good. So I'll show you the cinema hall a little bit later. We're not entering because it's collapsed as hell. It's the best way to break your legs. So yeah, we're not going there. About the Pripyat city once again, because it was the city of future, as I said, right? Only in the Pripyat city were allowed to watch the foreign films from the other countries. Because you know the Soviet Union was a government of absurd, right? There was a lot of interesting rules and laws, like you could be shot for currency exchange, for example. Because if you get the dollar, it means nothing, but you're the spy. Yeah. And if you're watching the English or German or some other movies, it means nothing, but you're the spy. You could be shot. But here, it was allowed. They watch a lot of the foreign films, day by day, every day, 3 or 4 films per day. Every day, seriously, right here. Medicus, you see, that has 2 names. First of all, is the torch of Prometheus, and the second one, the peaceful atom. That made the largest nuclear disaster in the world.
And why here was allowed to watch foreign films?
Because that was the model city. That was the best city. That was the city of the young elite from all the corners of the Republic. 50,000 of best people. And if someone like important, very important person came from board, like the president for the country, celebrity, the star, or someone else famous, you know, first of all, the government showed them Pripyat city. only the Pripyat city. Like, you know, the first of all, let's say one of the common cities, like the Pripyat city, we're living like in other cities like the same. So you'll see the quality of life in the Soviet Union. You'll see the progress of the communism. So yeah, you just can see it in Pripyat city, for example. And then we're going to Kiev or Moscow or anything else. But the best place, yes.
It's literally about to fall.
Oh, the screen's still on.
Yeah. Let's see that. Oh wow. So the backstage there. The chairs are still there.
Yeah.
A couple of them.
Imagine if the sheet just popped up. And then someone sat back down again.
Yeah. Wow.
Factory was named Jupiter. They made details for radar systems, and workers of that factory also get very nice salary. For example, my parents, they used to live in Kiev, got 150 rubles. Here people got 300
So made with a special kind of mixing material, like glass, like glue, mixing with the concrete, with the paint, right? But the great cubes, the great, a lot of them.
Why did they use aluminium over
Because they can. Yes, they used expensive metal to decorate the city in time of the deficit around the Soviet Union. Heard that the strange Russian word, the deficit. The closest translation is not enough of something. Deficit of the food, of the clothes, of the...
we know it.
yeah. So the old people remember that. But you know, the only one deficit that was in Pripyat city was the deficit of information. They knew absolutely nothing about the radiation. They lived in 3 kilometers away from the power plant. They heard the explosion at the power plant, and they're doing what? They're going to do it. Right? And still after that, the children will be able to go to school. There was a lot of the shows, a lot of the exhibition outside the streets. They knew nothing about the radiation. They lived 36 hours more in the most contaminated city in the world. So sad. The city council, the main official building with a major office, the most important officials' offices, and the other stuff. After explosion, the first secretary himself got a little bit mad about the situation with the power plant and sent half of the officials to the Siberia because they lost the control of the city, and changed the type of the building, make it the complex of solving radiation problem and studying radiation influence for the scientists, for the militaries, for the liquidators and the other guys. For the radiation danger mark right over there. You already know what that means, right? So remember what interesting one. This is the hodl. Hodl called Politia. Politia is the territory with a lot of the forest, right? In Russian, Ukrainian, Politia. From the series, remember when the Professor Legasser came to the city of Pripyat to the apartment in the hotel, right? And when with the Ministry of Energetic Sherbina, they're calling for someone, right? Remember? In the apartments in that hotel. And in the series as well, there is now correct information about when the Legasser and Sherbina stood on the rooftop near the power plant watching the binocle of the helicopter crash, remember? In series, it was near the power plant. It was impossible to stay that near to the power plant, so the rooftop was right over here, in that hotel. And under the roof of that hotel was a restaurant with a panoramical view to the city center. We're going to the city center. First of all, look around you to the city center. Right? Just look around you, remember that picture like more in the present days. And the winter 1917 looks like that. How many trees can you count?
0.
Oh yeah, really? Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
The hotel, we're standing right at the corner. and look around you one more time. Mother Nature.
That was the photo. That one.
1970, the building was without the letters. And without the windows as well. So when I said that there were almost literally no trees, I'm not kidding. Here, the Palace of Culture, I told you, energetic. Energetic is a kind of profession, the man who works with the energy. Simple. The main building for the citizens, because inside it's incredibly huge. Inside there was a section for any kind of sport, any kind of competition, the cinema as well, the theaters, swimming pool, a lot of anything else for any kind of habits. To that place, the officials of the Pripyat city invited the foreign stars to make the concerts, make the performances, and the other stuff. If something happened in the Pripyat city, people gathering up at the Palace of Culture to share the information, to gather the news, right? If nothing happens, people are going inside the Palace of Culture to do something. So the main building for citizens, literally. And there was no evening for 16 years without the music from inside the Palace of Culture. So 16 years in a row, every evening there was a lot of music, a lot of dances, dance hall as well, a lot of dances, a lot of laughing, a lot of light. A little bit sad. Have any questions, by the way?
The people, how do they get around the city? Just walking, mostly
The
driving?
cars.
Okay.
The cars. There was 4,000 of cars.
Okay.
All of them were contaminated, and all of them will take out the city, smashed by the tanks, put into the pit, and filled with the concrete. Simple. In the Ukrainian part of the Soviet Union, right over here. I remember I told you about the deficit of the information, of the goods, and the other stuff, right? So, just try to imagine that to that supermarket, day by day, there were a lot of the cars with a lot of goods, with a lot of food, and the nearest village could die hungry. Because you know why? Because we're equal. Exactly right, the Soviet Union. Morons. For example, that one was founded in Stay calm, they're friendly. Why are you scaring them?
That was one big bee.
Was founded in 1971. Supermarket with a lot of goods, a lot of the goods of the food, with the clothes and the upstairs. First supermarket in my city. I'm not living in Kiev, in the nearest city for 35,000 people. First supermarket in my city were founded in 2007. That's wow, yeah.
Люди слушают из других населенных мест. Город не был.
Where the field for first.
No, I know what the field is. I mean the frame for the goal.
Dropped it,
right.
stole it, just sell it, I don't know. So, yeah, that was a tribune for 4,000 seats, and we just fed the stadium.
So this was the ground.
Yep.
It was a playground, yeah, it was a football pitch. Yeah. Nature.
You have a picture of
No, consider not.
Was a good team? Or?
Take a look at that one. You can see the ants only in the Pripyat city or Chernobyl too. Compared to the size, you know that they can take heavy things, and I suppose that kind of ants, 4 of them can bring me a bottle of beer. An ordinary boiling water system for the city. It's not the factory of tanks, but it looks like just the boiling system, right?
Calefacción.
fridge. This is their fridge, man. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's nice. Huh? First, we used to deposit some contaminated stuff. That means the barges are contaminated as well as the river, that part. So it's prohibited fishing here and swimming here as well. That's why there is a lot of fish, different kind of fish, different size. Their growing population is growing. They are not dead. There's a lot of interesting stuff underwater. Even mermaids. I don't know. Probably. Take a look. Take a look.
Y sí, si nadie viene a pescar, sabe cómo crece.
Wanna go to the bridge?
Yeah.
Go on.
Al canal de, o sea, justo al lado de la central, que hay un canal de cemento. Ahí sacó un bagre gigante.
¿Un bagre sacó?
Sí, una cosa.
Look at the searchlight or the floodlight.
Aquí la especie crece separadamente, agota su fuente de alimento y
baja.
This feels safe. Totally safe.
It does if you don't think about it.
Yep, no, I'm trying not to. Yeah, no. Not a fan.
And you wanted to climb that radar installation earlier?
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of.
as I said before, it's an angel from the Bible prophecy. Strange enough about the city of Chernobyl. The prophecy sounds like, and then the third angel trampled, and the star fell from the sky, and the third part of the rivers became the bitter poison, and a lot of lands were abandoned, and a lot of people died. And the name of that star was a wormwood. In translation in Ukrainian language, wormwood means Chernobylnik. Try to explain me that. It's a kind of plant, the bitter plant where the alcohol absinthe is made from. You know. This is the prophecy from the Bible about that city. This is the conquer plate. It's a map of the exclusion zone. First step, 30 kilometers. Another step, second one, 10 kilometers. see in the plate is the candle holder. We're in Chernobyl right now. We're going to Chernobyl. As I said, the zone is closed and anniversary 26th of April, right? So the people who left the zone, who were abandoned, who were evacuated, they could come here to place a candle on the name of the city, the place of the city or village. They lost actually. And stay quietly for a minute. The volley of memory and hope. It looks like, you know, a little bit terrible if it could be like one sign per one man, because it's a lot. But it's far worth. It's one sign per one abandoned city or village. 164 once again. Try to imagine, right? The families, the culture, the histories, the traditions, the dreams. Everything is lost.
When people are relocated, the government
First of all,
they build new apartments for them, or where do they go?
First of all, they spread all around the Ukraine, the nearest city of the Kiev or the other cities around the season zone. Second, a lot of governments offer the help. They give apartments for free, a couple of money for free for the period of, for the short period, you know, just to survive. But there was only one government who rejected any help. Only one nearest government who rejected any help for the Soviet Union. No apartments, no money, nothing. It was the France. There was no cloud on us, right? So mind your own business. It's your problem. We are sorry, of course. Yeah, it's tragedy, but you know, not about us. So now the French decided to help us by creating the new sarcophagus. So for some people we are even with the French, but not for me. What can be better than the random garment?
Come on, like that.
Watch your step. But inside the background, but amazing.
No. Jefe de niente? Ah, no, pero...
You can see in here. It's a washer. Giant hole.
Whoa! Germany? Wow.
It's so strange going to all these like places and there's no spiders.